Bonjour, Mademoiselle Reynolds. I thought you might like to see the newspaper, no?
Is this the Mayer Institute?
Of course. Andre Masson. I'm the director. I see. We thought this might have happened.
What?
I gather you slipped getting off the train at Gare du Nord. Our French stations, they do not have the platforms like you do in England. You were unconscious for quite a while.
That would account for the absence of one of my shoes. I don't recall it.
That is what I meant. What is the last thing that you remember?
Getting on the train at Edinburgh.
That was the night before last. It is a classic case of concussion. You do not remember anything for almost 24 hours before you had the accident. How is your head now?
Oh, it's all right, I think. I just feel a little unsteady.
Bon, ça va. As soon as you are feeling better, you will find my office. Then I will show you around and we can arrange your program. Allez, à bientôt.
Oh, could I have some tea or coffee or something?
But pardon, you have already had your breakfast. Au revoir.
Yeah, there you are. You'll be relieved to hear that Anne phoned.
What did she say?
That she arrived safely. And asked if somebody would use her computer time to check the Zena results.
How did she sound?
Oh, she phoned early before I got in. Switchboard took the message.
I've just checked with the switchboard. They didn't speak to Anne herself. Apparently the lines were busy when she tried to phone, so she got the Institute's operator to pass the message on.
So?
I was puzzled by the second part of the message.
I wasn't. Anne's very conscientious about computer time.
Which is why she asked Jackson to do that job before she left. It's in her notes.
That's odd.
So I phoned the Institute myself. I spoke to the director. Anne's not there, and they're not even expecting her. He knows nothing about any visit arranged by the department.
Extension 827, please. Martindale.
Just exactly what do they do at this Mayer Institute?
Just a minute. Yes, Martindale. It's probably nothing, but I thought I'd better check. I gather you arranged for Dr. Anne Reynolds to spend a couple of days at the Mayer Institute. What? Oh.
What?
Yes, last night. According to her, it was all arranged direct through your office. I see. Yeah, I'd be grateful. London know nothing about it.
Bonjour, Mademoiselle Reynolds. Feeling better?
Fine, thanks.
Bon. And how do you like our establishment? I'm sorry I had to have Mr. Vincent show you around, but I got a little tied up myself.
It's very impressive. Thank you.
The Mayor Trust keeps us well provided. Now your program. Do you mind if I make one or two suggestions?
Not at all.
Ça va. As you know, Mr. Freud thought that a psychoanalyst, in order to treat his patients with sympathy and insight, it was essential for him to undergo a course of psychoanalysis himself.
Yes.
We have arrived at much the same conclusions with regard to our work. It is almost impossible to understand the phases a person undergoing sensory deprivation passes through without having experienced it oneself. Indeed, I personally do not think that it is possible to even grasp the definitions we employ without having experienced it oneself. All of my research staff, and that includes myself, before conducting any research, act as subjects themselves.
I see.
I can't compel you, of course.
Dr. Masson, I came here to find out about your work. And if that means taking part in it, well, so much the better.
Bon. Let us go along and meet Dr. Dessler.
Thank you.
The house used to belong to the Mayer family themselves. Have you seen the ground?
Only from the window.
You must. They are quite impressive.
Dr. Reynolds.
How do you do?
Heinrich Dessler.
We've checked everything. We've been through all the office signals for the last fortnight. Nothing. I've had Paris send a man onto the Mayor Institute. Nobody.
What about the travel arrangements?
All done by phone or telex using our codes. Our codes? You should have checked.
How was I to know?
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to leave that to me. All movements to be approved.
Well, as far as I was concerned, she had your approval.
If it wasn't in writing, you should have followed procedure. Absolutely, without exception. And where is Crane? I asked you to have him here.
He said he'd be here. Could you find Mr. Crane? Tell him we're waiting. I'm beginning to be sorry you brought him into the department. He seems to feel he can do as he likes.